Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is September 14th, 2024, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the Russell 2000, that's IWM, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is off educational purposes only because, as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. Get trading. All right, let's jump over here to the charts and see what we see on the Russell 2000. Maximize, resize, zoom. All right, on the quarterly chart, we actually getting back to that yearly R1 level. That's this right here and all. And we seem like we might have got just barely a close above that. Again, we'll be getting to fight this supply from a couple of years ago. I tell people supply and demand is the key, one of the keys to the market, and all need to understand. And when you appear at the supply, has that supply ran out? And if it hasn't ran out, they're going to sell this thing back down. But we're there again, and the thing is, can we break above that? The new few, yeah, can we break above that? I won't go into anything else other than that. All right, that's what I see there. Let's go down to the monthly chart and see what we see there. On the monthly chart, we are still above the 10 moving average, so that means we're still in a bull market, even though we see a red candle right here. This red candle has pushed back up a little bit here this week and all. So we are still getting a crazy looking, like bearish looking stuff up here, but we got these long tails on here. That's letting you know that those bulls are coming back into that market. Those buyers are coming back into that market and pushing this thing up every time it tries to come back down here this year. It's been having a hard time. 200 is kind of like the magic number for me. If it gets down below there, it's definitely a no trade recommendation. It's definitely a buy for me when it gets down below 200 and all. And I kind of expect it to reverse back up and all. But now when it gets above my thing was once it get above this level right here, I'm kind of okay. You trail it as much as you can. And if it stops you out, it stops you out. No trade recommendation there. It's just one of the trading ways that I look at the market and all. And we're kind of right now we are kind of at that point where if you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out. This thing can reverse down and reverse on us again. This is the way the Russell is. The Russell is one of these ones, as you can see, you get green, red, green, red, green, green, red. It's always kind of up and down. It's a different animal. But let's go down to the weekly chart and see what we see here. On the weekly chart, we had this evening star, that we had on the Russell, and I was coming down last week, and we was wondering if we was going to get any kind of follow through. And on the Russell, it did have a little follow through earlier. We'll see down once we get down to the daily chart. And I was wondering how far close was it going to come down here to this level right here. This is an old supply level, and that's now acting as resistant. Supply level that is acting like has support or demand now, and it did on the Russell. As you can see, it did end up making a lower low, and we do have a lower high, and also again, we're kind of waiting. Can you break this high? The key is, can you break this high, this pattern high, and all. Like I said, the Russell is one that tends to go sideways, and it's a pretty big range on the Russell how it goes sideways. The thing is, right now it's in the middle of that range, so it's kind of hard to play. And it's not hard to play, you just don't get it. You made your 100 points. Well, that's future contract, different contract. On this, you made your 10 points and 10 points. Okay, let me just show you. 6 to 16. You made your 10 points, and so now you're at the top, and do you want to try to squeeze? You're trading at the top, trying to go long. You're trading at the top, and it's really not high enough to go short. No trade recommendation here, for me in my strategies. So it's not ready to go back down short, and all. But that's what I see here on this weekly chart. Let's go down to the daily chart and see what we see. And see, in the Russell does these crazy things. You end up trying to put stops in place and do things in place. This thing here, especially on this IWM, it ends up gapping over you. But I think the IWM trades 24 hours. So if you put a good until cancel, I'll give you a hint. You put a good until cancel, your trade can actually get executed overnight. I think the Russell does trade 24 hours these days and all. Of course, they have time off on the weekends, but during the week, you can have a good until cancel trade out there. I don't know what the volume is like if you're trading options, and I'm not really sure what the volume is like even if you're trading stock. But I think this is one of the ones that's trading 24 hours now on some platforms. That's it. I know. I think on one of the platforms that I'm on. But that's it. That's all I really want to show. Again, we got down here at the bottom. The Russell was a little funny. See, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, when it got down here, it didn't want to make that lower low at all. So that was kind of like, oh, okay, what's going on? Have we hit our bottom? Then on Tuesday, we end up going lower. Then Wednesday, we end up going lower, and then we shot out of there like a rocket and all. So like I said, the Russell is a different animal. The other indexes played a little bit nicer and all than the Russell did. The Russell was kind of faking you out like it wanted to go lower and all. But it ended up, in the end, ended up turning around and going higher. The question is now, once the Russell gets up here at this top, how is it going to react? And that gets back to the whole thing with the long, trying to trade this thing to the upside. There's definitely not enough room for me, to try to play it to the upside. And then trying to short it is not quite there at the top to short it. Again, no trade recommendations, just the way I'm looking at this market right now. A lot of times this whole video thing here is for myself too, where I can see, and I want to make sure I see what I see and make sure I trade based on what I see and not how I feel. And that's it. That's all I really want to say. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.